Hello internet, welcome to Vlogmas day 17. So it is December 17th and it is the 7-month anniversary of my blog, destroyacne.tumblr.com. I'm doing Vlogmas on my blog where I post every day, and for today's post I did a comparison of where I was acne-wise the day I started my blog and now. And it's been 7 months, like I said. And, you know, I guess, it was kind of a huge, like, reality check for me in a way to do this. And I kind of wanted to, because for me, it's really hard for me to, like, type and get the things that are in my head out on my blog sometimes. A lot of the times, for me, it's harder to like type it out than like just say it, or you know, do it that way. So I wanted to just make this Vlogmas video kind of my response to my blog post, and I'll link it down below. I'll also show the pictures in this video too, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is me 7 months ago when I started my blog. So, let's see, can you see that? Gosh, it's gonna be kind of hard. This is how my skin was. You'll see in this photo kind of how bad it is. This is my left side. That's my right side. That was kind of at a point where I got acne about 2.5 years ago, pretty much as soon as I graduated high school, and it kind of came on very suddenly. Like I said in one of my first videos on here when I was saying that I do have acne, which I'll also link that down below, I had never had acne in high school really, like occasional breakout, but nothing to that extent. And then when I graduated high school, it kind of just came out of nowhere, and it was really bad. Like, I mean, you can see from those pictures, hopefully, and if not, I'll link it. Like I said, you can check out my blog and check out the pictures there. It was bad, and I guess when I did it today, like I'd been planning to do this because I was like, oh yeah, it's my 7-month anniversary. And I had done it for my 6-month one as well, but I guess I didn't really pay too much attention to that one. Like seeing it today, like the second I posted it, even before it was actually posted on my blog, I called my mom, and it was just like, it was kind of one of those moments like I really saw how far I'd come. And you know, recently I've kind of been feeling really insecure about my skin, but seeing that post, it was kind of like a reality check, like how bad it used to be. And what immediately came to my mind is, how in the world did my family live with me looking like that? How in the world did I live with myself looking like that? Because, you know, you could see, like, it's just so bad and so, like, bubbly. Like, right now I can cover the majority of my redness with makeup, and there's no real bumps on my face right now. I don't have breakouts really. Just a few, but it's nothing major. But that was literally like my whole face was covered in bumps, breakouts, cystic acne. And it's like, I knew a lot less about acne than I do now. I knew a lot less about makeup than I do now. And it's just like, how did I survive that? And I guess it's crazy to think that, you know, and it makes me realize how far I've come and how awesome my skin is now compared to then. I'm still nowhere near clear skin. I'm a lot closer than I was, but you know, it's still a battle trying to figure out what to do next. To me, 7 months, I mean, at the 6-month point when I did the post similar to this one, I don't feel like it was as big of a like boom, you know, like, wow, that's a big difference. But this one just is crazy. And to think also, like, I started this blog out of desperation because I felt so bad about my skin, and I was like, you know, maybe someone out there is dealing with the same thing. And along the line, I found so many blogs and bloggers who are dealing with the same stuff, some of which are not as bad as mine, and some of which are just as bad, if not worse. And it's crazy to see other people's struggles, and it's cool to know that, I mean, it sucks that other people are going through this as well, but it's cool. I mean, at least you know someone out there is dealing with the same type of thing you are. Because, you know, my parents had never had acne, nowhere, like normal teenager acne, you know. My brother did have acne, not as severe as mine, but he was on Accutane, and, you know, his skin cleared up. And my sister hasn't really had acne issues, and so it was kind of like out of the blue. And it took so much trial and error to get to the point where I kind of have I have a hold on my acne. And, you know, it was crazy. It's cool to think that I have 7 months of my struggle documented. I was telling my mom, I wish I had thought of documenting this from the second it got bad. I guess you never think that it's gonna last. You know, when you have a few breakouts, you're like, oh, it's no big deal. A few more, it's crazy what you can get used to, what can become your normal. You know, that was my normal at one point, because I can remember thinking back to that point and not feeling like it was as bad as it looks, which, you know, I guess especially with something that comes gradually over time, you slowly, as you get slowly worse, it slowly becomes your new normal. And it's kind of scary to think that that can happen. Because my progress has been kind of slow, recently, it does become my new normal, and I feel like, oh my gosh, my skin's so ugly. When in actuality, back then I would have killed for this skin. You know, I would have done anything to not have that skin and to just deal with no breakouts and just a bunch of redness that I could cover up easier, you know. That would have been amazing. Like, that would have been life-changing back then. And so to think now that, like, yeah, I have bad days where I'm like, oh my gosh, my skin's so ugly. But I think back on it and I'm like, this is nothing. This is nothing. I can deal with this. I was excited to make this video, but then once I started thinking about what I was going to talk about, it kind of freaked me out, and I was like, I'll just do it later. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Now it's like 7:45 and I'm filming it right now, so it's hard. It's hard talking about your skin being so ugly. I'm proud to have gotten where I have been, you know, and to think, I mean, I was talking with my grandma and my aunt at lunch the other day, and they were like, you know, people make money off of blogging, and, you know, do you ever want to do that? And I said, you know, if it does happen, I'm not gonna stop it. But that's never been my goal. I guess, you know, when I started this blog and even started YouTube, I was just kind of like, you know what? I don't want to feel alone in this. I wonder, because I've always like Googled or YouTubed like acne videos just to be like, okay, there are people out there who are dealing with this. So I guess for me, the reason I started blogging in, you know, 7 months ago and started making YouTube videos on my acne, you know, not too long ago, is because I wanted people to know that they weren't the only ones out there. And to know what I've gone through, the trials and errors that I've done that have led to dead ends, and the things that have worked. That's kind of what I wanted to do, is not only document it for myself, but that so people who also have acne that's pretty bad can kind of know what works for me and what I've tried, and, you know, try things out for themselves. I've gotten so many messages from people being like, oh, you know, this is what's going on with me. What would you recommend? And I'm not an expert. Nowhere near am I an expert. I just know what worked for me, what didn't work for me, and my feelings on those things. So I don't recommend that you take my advice as anything, you know, set in stone. But I think because I have this experience, I think that I can at least give people an idea of what to expect, what to try, what not to try, you know. And it's crazy to think that, you know, I'm looking right now, I have 229 followers on my blog. That is insane. That's like 32 people a month finding my blog and thinking, oh, this is useful, I'm gonna follow it. I guess it's cool that I've done this because I can track, you know, I can look back on it and see where I was, because there are some posts on my blog that are kind of hard to read because I can remember, you know, what I was feeling when I wrote that. I was talking about this with my mom today too, is, you know, everything happens for a reason, and you don't necessarily know, you pretty much never know what the reason is until later in life, you know. And it's like, I never thought, you know, yeah, I thought maybe like 5 people in the world will stumble across my blog and be like, oh yeah, I have acne too. But like, did 229, was it 229 people? That's insane. It's really been an eye-opening experience these 7 months, and plus, you know, these two and a half years essentially since I've had acne. Looking back on it, if I could, would I go back and never have had acne? A huge part of me says yes, of course, why would you want to go through this? But at the same time, it's like, you know, yes, there's been a lot of negatives that comes out of it, but I think in the end, I've learned a lot. I mean, 90% of me is like, yeah, why would you want to do this again? Why would you want to go through having acne again? Why would you even want to put that on yourself? But at the same time, it's like, you know, I have experiences that I wouldn't have had otherwise, you know. And I mean, I've definitely had my bad times. There have been a lot of, oh, I can't even talk about it. There have been some dark times in dealing with this. And I'm choking on hot chocolate. You know, I think eventually one day I'll be able to talk about it. Hot chocolate saved me. I guess what I'm trying to say is, yeah, I've had, you know, dark times where I haven't felt 100% about anything. Oh my gosh, stop. And I've had so many conversations in my head about how I would talk about it. Obviously right now, I can't even think about it without getting emotional. You know, it's made me, and it's made me realize, I guess it's just made me think more about life and not be like, you know, I don't know how to say this. But yeah. So I don't know what is gonna go in this video. A lot has come out of my mouth, so I'm gonna have to edit this. But yeah, so happy 7 months to me. Here's to another 7 more of hopefully being able to have clear skin and not having to make these types of videos or these types of blog posts eventually. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope that none of you have to deal with acne, or if you do, that you'll find the way that helps you clear it up and it won't have to be too severe. That's my hope, because some people go through some crazy stuff to help acne. I know I've gone through some crazy things, so much pain and so many side effects and stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully one day acne won't exist. That would be great. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching Vlogmas Day 17. I will see you guys tomorrow for a happier video. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos, and leave a comment down below saying whatever. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 18.